So now we return to the Valley of Triumph, it used to be called. Not sure why they renamed it Mountains, but they did. Not my personal favorite level. This hasn't changed much. The only thing they've added to this is a cannon, which I'll show. Other than that, it's the same since I've been in the beta. I know it used to be different before I joined the beta. This area right here used to be a little bit different, but I never saw it. This is how it was when I started the beta, and it's been, other than the cannon being added, nothing else has changed. You can do some high flying in here and a little bit of glitchy stuff. Here's the cannon that they added. There are 2 emotes in here. There used to be cape and hairstyle shops. They've been removed, replaced by the bird statue. Just giving you a good view of the cannon. I do not know if I got a good view of us going up the cannon. I don't remember now. Oh yeah, you move the cannon with these things on the right and left. This turns it to the right. This side turns it to the right. The other side turns it to the left. You can kind of see it moving. Those things are free to light. The first candle is free, and then you can offer another candle once you use the first one that's sitting there, or if somebody else has already used it. If there's not a candle there, you can offer a candle from your inventory to light the cannon. Kind of wish you could aim it up and down. Up would be really cool, but you can only aim it left and right. That wasn't so bad. And then there are 2 emotes in here. And some candles. It used to be a lot harder to fly in here. They've made it a little bit easier to fly. You don't get so out of control. It is still a bit of a challenge. I think maybe I've just gotten used to it too. But it is a lot easier to get the candles on the pedestals than it used to be. Still have my share of missing. It's things are a little floaty right now, so you move a lot farther than you mean to, or you move it in a different way than you think it's going to, so it's a little funky. One of my favorite things to do is to display the emote that people are collecting when I'm not collecting it. Like now the little black cape is not collecting the emote, so she can do... Oh, and there's Wouter or Wouter, not sure. He joined us for a little bit. He's a friend from the Netherlands. Eventually I'll shed some light on him and make friends with him on this account, even though this account's going to go away. Generally, when I'm doing a new account like this, I try to be the one giving the candles to make friends. But Wouter offered to me and I accepted before I really thought about it. Don't get to play with him too much. He's completely different time zone. See, I'm busy chatting, not paying attention to the screen. Actually, I was having difficulty with my keyboard working. It was not working. So I was struggling with my keyboard on my other iPad to get it to work. This is water. And of course, I give one back. And he eventually accepts it once he's done chatting. So yeah, not a whole lot has changed here. It's neat to fly around with the birds. It's really about it. You can get some good and high because now the flight has an auto recharge on the lowest level of charge, so you can kind of fly indefinitely, which is kind of cool. You can get some nice height and some nice views, and I'll demonstrate that a little bit. You won't really see it happening because it's on my main account, but I'll show you. There's a overhead view from above now that it zooms out a lot farther than I think it used to. You can get some really nice views of the levels looking straight down. That did not used to be the case, but that's not right now. Just filling time at the moment till we get moving on. Now I'm going to go candle collecting. And we've gotten both of the emotes in this upper area. Wish I would remember to tap and close the menu. You see me miss all over the place here because I'm gliding across the thing rather than landing on it, and that's what's a little frustrating. Two things is you don't land where you land, and you bounce off of things, and those are they just don't logically work. It's like it's not how it should be. So it's hard to adapt to, because you expect when you hit something you're going to stop, you're not going to bounce off of it. The shops used to be right here. There used to be little kiosks where you could buy, or little platforms where you could buy cape, hair, leggings, and a mask, and they're gone. The bird statues on the other side. These, I used to really struggle to land on these. This was a really good trip. I look like a pro. He had to go off and get the emotes. I think actually I did start flying around a little bit here and give some views of the area. I took a couple of nice screenshots. View would look a lot nicer without the emote menu open. There we go. Flying with one hand and controlling the camera on this guy with the other. There's a pretty picture. There's looking straight down, and I don't know. I don't think you used to get this good a view looking straight down. I think you used to be a bit more zoomed in. So now you're at a wider field, so you're seeing more of the level below you, which looks really cool. But I guess these ice patches and stuff, all that is, it used to be a whole like race course kind of thing, or a ice path and stuff, and it's been changed. I never saw it. This is how it's always looked to me, other than that cannon in the corner. And here's the door. Oh, I think we're going to go see the bird statue before we leave. There it is. There used to be a aviary return over there on the left. It's gone as well. You have this instead. The very far right button on the middle of the screen is the return to aviary. Here's some hair and capes you will eventually be able to buy. I think I have a couple up there. I didn't buy anything. This is the twins. Whenever you see something that refers to the twins, they're in this area. There are 2 elders in this area. So there's 2 hairstyles for the elders. But you'll see that at the end. This is a place where people in this small mask, which I'm wearing here, my black cape is wearing here, used to get stuck a lot in this building, including right there on that entrance and over here by the far doors. Used to get fall into the floor and you can't get out. Thankfully, they finally figured that out and fixed it. I haven't dropped into holes here in a while. Now I drop into holes other places quite often. Although not so much lately. Maybe they've finally closed those up for those of us who wear the small mask. Now, it's very hard right now, and this changes. It seems to have gotten harder to light candles from the middle. So if you're on an end with a companion, you can, and you're being led, you can light candles. It's one of the few things you can do, even though you're not completely in control of your character. You can light candles if they're near you. So I have my brown cape there lighting the candles for me, because it's almost like you're trying to light them telepathically, staring at them. And from the middle, it's getting harder. Seems to be getting harder. So you have 2 sides for the race. This is the race coming up. You have the red and blue. It's a friendly race. There are ways to quote cheat. As much as that game company tries to get rid of those ways, they can't make it so that you cannot stop on the course. So there's always places to stop and backtrack a little bit. They make it quite hard to do, but it is possible. So there are places where you can grab a few more things. So there's 2 things. You can either collect all the little doodads along the way, or you can be fastest. So it's be fastest and collect them, but the only thing you're actually scored on is collecting. You're not scored on speed. So it's red and blue. Red on the left, blue on the right. I was the red cloak and journey, but I am generally blue because the red is too bright for me. Sometimes being with friends is a problem here. There are some places where you can get separated, and I don't know and I don't trust that if you get separated you will get credit for everything you collected, especially emotes. Along this race course there are 3 emotes to collect, and you collect them by collecting little gold symbol like thingies. They look a lot like the symbols in Journey. I guess they don't look a lot like those, but they glow like those. And you collect them. There's 3 places along. There's one here, one in between, and one after the right in the doorway, actually. You would think the one in the doorway is very hard to miss. You can miss it. And of course, there's 3 different ways to go here. So there's little butterfly things on every course you can take, every path you can take. And you can fill up the scoreboard at the end, and then some, especially if you have companions on the same side as you who are separate. Right now, we're all going together, but you can go separately and score extra butterflies that way. So first one is coming up here in this little pagoda thingy. There's one, you can see it glowing there. And then the next one is coming up down this hill. And it's on a beam over, so it kind of reminds me of the I can't remember what symbol it is in Journey in Sunken City. But anyway, if you head down, you will see it right down this steep part there, and it's right in between there. You can kind of see it right there. Headed right for it. What's interesting, on my main account, I did not collect that. Fortunately on here I did. So it's weird. It's a little bit of a question why it collected on one account but not on my main account. So I did the same thing once in my main account. Sure enough, I did not collect it. I had to, on this particular one, I didn't need it anyway. This area here has been a little dangerous with either falling into the glitch, which I haven't done in a while, or separating everybody, basically crashing, and not the game closing, but just crashing and everybody separating and falling. And I don't like to do any of that during the race, because I don't know for sure you will get credit for your symbols if you break handhold. I wasn't even trying anymore to collect the little butterflies. I rarely do. The force of the wind and the force of the gravity, it's worse than even Sunken City, and I don't care for this level, because you have no freedom of movement whatsoever, and I just don't like it. Now, you can do some glitchy things with the butterflies. You can fly up and over the stadium, which is kind of cool if you don't need the emotes. If you need the emotes, you don't want to do that. So I can probably do a little glitch video too for that, using the butterflies to keep flying. And here, this is the 3rd symbol here, and I haven't missed it. You'd think you can't miss it. It's right in the doorway, right in the hallway, and I've missed it a couple of times. So usually you'll be going full speed down here. And I stopped. This is why I stopped. It's because I'm like, I only have 2 gold ones. 3 here, but on my other screen I saw 2. And sure enough, when I got to the thing, it only showed 2. I'm like, I know I got it. It's right here. So it's kind of weird. And that's what I'm talking about there. So anyway, moving into the end of the race with all my sparkles. Oh, there are the 3. And 3 ancestors. They gotta tone down the brightness on this stuff. Look at that blue one. And so now we got to go collect those emotes. So I think I'm just going to let Brown Cape do it while I... That's hands on hip stance is actually what it was. I don't know why he's folding his arms in front of him, because that's not what you do in this stance. You have your hands on hips. Yeah, some of the things are weird. And then over to bow at the waist. This one, for a little while, you could actually get somewhere else as well. But I think they have finally taken that out. It was kind of an accident. They moved some of these around quite a bit for a little while, trying to figure some stuff out in aisle. And back flip. And an upgrade of this one is front flip. And I didn't go flying. There's a really nice, pretty high flying. It's not really a glitch because you can't go anywhere. You're not going out of bounds, but you can fly quite high over the stadium. It's quite pretty. And there's our bird statue down here. Now that I have more emotes, what do I have unlocked? Did I look? It's a rough one on having some of this stuff cost candles, because it's like, I'd rather use my candles on making friends. So it's hard to spend candles on cosmetics. But it's harder to get hearts, so I don't know. Everything used to be bought by hearts. And in this update, they've introduced some stuff bought by candles. I was searching for the darned emote on my menu. They've moved them. They're hard to find. Lighting candles. There are actually, I think still over there are two pots you can light that have fireworks in them. I completely forgot about it on this, but at the side you can see it right there on the right. You can light that and it's fireworks. And there's another one on the other side. Just sets off some more fireworks. I could really do without that big light beacon up there in the left corner. I know which way the exit is. You can only go one way out. You can't go the other way, so it's kind of obvious. Anyway, my opinion. So this is another place you can go flying around up a bit if you want to. You can only go so far, but you can fly up above above all this stuff a little bit, not too much, and you can land a few places. So might do that in another video, or find some video of us doing it. Other than that, it is on to the next level.